40 acres directly above Weaverville, within walking distance and a view over the whole entire town. It has a well, it has a spring, it has a septic, it has beautiful flats with oaks, kind of drier on the east, and lush timber on the north with deep soils. But it has to sell. I have a order to close it before. In Weaverville, California. We come in on 299. We take a left on Oregon right before the intersection of Highway 3 and 299. We go 1.5 miles back on Oregon, and you have to look carefully for the little Democrat road that heads up the hill. It's right after a little park. So you pass the park and maybe go a tenth of a mile further and look for that little teeny sign. It's hard to see. We go up about 3/4 of a mile and we have to stay to the right fork, which is what we consider Upper Democrat. They both say Democrat, but we take the right, which is Upper Democrat, up the little road to the right. And we go to another 3/4 of a mile. We come to another little fork right before the gate, which is right at the line. And then the gate's right behind it. And then if you stop at the gate and you walk down the hill, you can come down here to the actual federal monument. It's a quarter of a section, and so these certain corners will have federal monuments on them, and they have K tags, and certain lines are blazed. And then I sold the pieces years ago west of here, and I have still the lat and longitude and distance and bearings on those, so I could proportional the lines in between. We have meadows and ridges throughout, and they all have the amazing views. Again, this is the drier side. It's the eastern slope. It's drier and has stunted timber in comparison because it's in an area of shale that we saw when we oversaw some of the road work when I did inspections on the septic when it was installed. I do have pictures of that when it was installed. And on the wells in the area, we saw on this eastern side, the shale made it where these wells, this one included, were not gushers. It was 3 gallons a minute. I mean, obviously it's a lot of water, probably more than any residents could use, but it's not the same as the bowls like on the north side of this property. It's beautiful land. It looks more like farm ground. It probably has 5 feet of soil on it, but when I put in the septic, it got harder as it went deeper. This is a northeast corner. We got blaze bearing trees, blaze marks, and federal monument here. It's still pretty flattish, and it's getting into more timber, but it's still not the same as a north exposure bowl. North exposure bowl is it's colder, more dense timber, and it starts picking up vines and blackberries, little signs of springs, and old growth timber. On the north side of the line where they haven't logged, trees are 150 feet tall, 4 feet in diameter. On our side of the line, Bamford logged the area in the 1990s, but is highly selective. Just the oldest, biggest trees, and so we have 80-foot trees. You can see on the stumps, their growth rings 1/2 inch, even up to 3/4 of an inch. Really nice, fast-growing, deep soils, good ground, alluvium type, opposite of the east side, and huge bowl that kind of feeds this area with underground water, but it's beautiful and it's scenic. Even one of the stumps, I could see where the Doug fir tried to regrow, come back off the stump, and that's something I only see with the redwoods. So off the main ridge pad that's been used, there's a road that goes onto the north bowl. It's an old logging road, and it kind of peters out. It's hard to follow. And then there's another road that loops back through the entire 40. Down below where I'm standing at this point, and look, it goes way above me too. All it circles this point, and it's a good access location for this point. And this is probably about 3 or 4 acres. It's flat in the dead middle. We're getting back on the ridge, so the soils don't appear to be as deep, but it's a lot of good usable ground. And if you clear some of the trees, you got panoramic views, or at least 270 degrees. And the road's almost here. I mean, literally, it's just behind me, circles around this entire great big flat. And you can see it down there. That's the internal road. And in there, it comes back to the road that goes along the loops on the eastern part of the property has an easement common to 2 other parcels behind us. So the 2 people have the right to use the east line loop. And now I'm coming down this south line, and it's flat to steep, flat to steep. Some of it has really thick brush. It was partial burn like 10 years ago in one spot. So the brush in those areas are really thick.